Indigenous lands. We do this to strengthen the awareness of the presence and rights of all First Peoples. We do this to recognize our history of colonialism and its impact on the Indigenous peoples of this land. We do this as a transformative act in response to Indigenous erasure. We do this in respect of the need for meaningful change towards reconciliation. And we do this territorial acknowledgement to specifically weave Indigenous presence into our systems and processes. Land in and around Alberta is traditional meeting and traveling routes for very diverse Indigenous peoples, and that includes the Cree, Dene, Stoney Nakoda Sioux, the Blackfoot Confederacy Nations, the Métis Nation of Alberta, and many others whose histories, languages, and cultures continue to influence our vibrant communities and whose footsteps have marked these lands for centuries. In recognizing the contributions and historic importance of Indigenous peoples, we take a necessary small step towards a clear and overt commitment to embody the promises and the challenges of truth and reconciliation. Turn it over to your president, Claire Peterson.
Welcome everyone to the 2022 PAA Annual General Meeting. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Claire Peterson, and I'm honored and delighted to serve as the new president of the PAA. Today's meeting will include the President's Report, CEO Report, Treasurer's Report, and finally our motion for special resolutions. Hand it back to Judy.
In being a PAA member, you build on the strength of our profession here in Alberta. Our core values of access, inclusion, collaboration, leadership, and psychological health are shared. Together, they're realized. And we collaborate with every psychology professional association in North America to really maximize those benefits for us all. This annual meeting is our opportunity as the staff and the leadership of the Psychologists Association of Alberta to share with you, our fellow PAA members, in our accomplishments of the last year and our direction moving forward. If you're on social media, do join in with the Value Psych hashtag, and please share with us how you're joining us today for this year's annual general meeting. And I'll just call back Claire, that is your PAA president, Claire Peterson, who will kick off our annual general meeting with the president's report.
Thanks, Judy. Good afternoon, PAA members. It has been a privilege to sit alongside Nikki Wilson on the executive committee for the past 2 years. Nikki has been a thoughtful and unwavering leader, and I am grateful that she will continue to support the board and executive in her new role as past president. This year, I am proud to sit with President-elect Heather Gower and Treasurer April Celciano. I'd also like to welcome Mira Singh as our newest Director at Large and Board Custodian, and thank Tamara Stewart, our outgoing Treasurer. She also served as the early career representative and chaired the mentorship task force during her time on the board. On behalf of the Executive Committee and Board of Directors, I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to Dr. Judy Malone, CEO, and her dedicated staff at the PAA. Over the past 2 years, Judy and her team have worked tirelessly to ensure our members have had access to critical information and resources. They have pivoted to provide valuable professional development events and found innovative ways to bring our members together across the province through virtual town halls, PAA Connect meetings, and the PAA Collaborate platform. Their work has allowed us to stay connected, engaged, and informed during a period of potential disconnection and isolation, and I'm grateful for all that they have done. I look forward to spending the next year carrying out the mission, vision, and goals of the PAA. And finally, I'm excited to welcome a group of new psychologists to the profession on September 23rd and celebrate our award winners for the year. It will be wonderful to come together to recognize their hard work and dedication in our field. I'll hand it back over to Judy for your CEO report.
Thanks, Claire. Sorry, a little typo with your name on the screen. To everyone, membership and engagement with your professional association makes a difference. I have such pride and confidence in PAA and our ability to impact the psychological health and wellness of all Albertans. This report is one of reflection on our April to April year 2021 to 2022, celebrating successes in our targets to advocate for psychology's unique value, promote the psychological health of all Albertans, enhance the development of psychologists across the career lifespan, focus on PAA's membership value, and ensure financial sustainability. Pandemic safety and leadership remained our primary objective again for this year, but we also remained actively engaged in advocacy initiatives. In the past year, these special projects targeted Indian residential schools, mass grave findings, and our TRC responsibilities, and included land-based mental health leadership for Indigenous psychologists and Indigenous psychologists in training. I, for one, love a great narrative, and I'm delighted to share this brief video overview of our 2021 to 2022 year. I think that does a lovely job of scratching the surface for us. Last year, we successfully accomplished goals of targeted innovation to foster leadership and adaptability for access and connectivity, ensuring a robust infrastructure of HR and technology, and diversifying revenue growth while investing in sustainable growth opportunities. This year, our program goal targets marketing to enhance public education and advocacy for access to psychological services. Our infrastructure goal is to address barriers to member engagement by beginning to implement our marketing audit recommendations. And our finance goal is strategic investment of the 2022 PAA surplus to benefit membership. We continue to add tailored affinity benefits that target member needs, including telepsychology support with Bright Squid, Doxy.me, Jane, and therapeutic apps like Go Get Fit and Therapix. And of course, targeted professional liability insurance program that offers double the coverage of any competitor for psychology. This year, we embraced a visionary new direction for member connectivity and growth to advance our profession. We have 10 active PAA communities of practice, an extensive self-study, continuing professional development library, in addition to live collaborative events, professional ethics roundtables, and a public education series dedicated to highlighting the unique value of our profession. And here's a short video. One of many remarkable resources from our public education committee, now a community of practice, staff and your volunteer leaders. We live our core values of access and inclusion, leadership, collaboration, and psychological health, and continue to grow to serve you and the psychological needs of all Albertans. Here are a few sneak peeks into the upcoming year. We will continue to release public education videos on the value of psychology like this one. And more. We're exploring ways to optimize professional guidance. We're building an expert directory and self-directed volunteer engagement platform. We'll launch an exciting, robust Find a Psychology referral service to build on our public education shorts, like this one here. The bug's my personal favorite, I have to admit. Your PAA staff team, colleagues who serve as key contributors to leadership and in volunteerism, and your peers who chose membership in their professional association, all prove that collectively we can make a significant difference. Thank you for your own passion in making the world a better place. Even small acts can have large impacts. And join me in thanking our volunteer leaders. We're delighted that nearly 150 people have joined for the annual general meeting of our PAA today. Some are in groups. We want you to be engaged. Input your key questions and comments in the Q&A box. Chat with your peers in the chat box. We want to see you. If you're active on social media, use that hashtag #ValuePsych, and share an image of how you joined us today. As you know, we're fond of our research posters during our annual event. This year, we are hosting again our online poster contest. Check these out on YouTube starting today and look forward to your election ballot to determine this year's poster award winner. I've already been so impressed. I've watched through them myself. And I'm really excited to see many of you live in 2 weeks when we celebrate our annual PAA banquet, honoring our PAA award winners and those who became registered this year. Ticket sales end on Thursday, so do get yours now. We'll now carry on to the PAA Treasurer's Report, brought to you by your Treasurer, April Salciano.
Greetings, PAA members. I'm pleased to make my first report to you as Treasurer on the financial status of the Association for the 2021 to 2022 fiscal year. I wanted to start off by acknowledging and thanking our outgoing Treasurer, Tamara Stewart, and our Finance Officer, Joanna Learn, for their financial oversight and diligence in preparing our 2021-2022 budget. PAA's audited financial statements for the fiscal year, April 1st, 2021 through to March 31st, 2022, ended with a surplus of over $56,000. Specifically, the association's net assets increased from $972,864 to $1,029,788. Some notable revenue increases came from membership growth with an increase of 9.5% from the previous year, PAA workshops, which had an increase of 75% from previous year, our referral service with an increase of 47%, and website advertising with an increase of 74%. Looking forward to this fiscal year, PAA's strong financial status provides a solid foundation upon which the board can collectively address the various opportunities that arise through our association. Importantly, the board will work to determine how to best invest surplus funds to benefit PAA members. As treasurer, balancing member services and the long-term sustainability of the association remain high financial priorities. I'd like to express my thanks to all PAA staff, board members, and volunteers for their prudent and responsible approach in managing our budget and financial resources. In accordance with our bylaws, Mahone and Associates Chartered Professional Accountants served as the auditor. On the board's behalf, I would like to take this opportunity to thank them for their outstanding service. And with that, I would like to move to appoint the auditing firm for the current fiscal year. I, April Salciano, Treasurer of the PAA Board, make a motion to appoint Mahone and Associates Chartered Professional Accountants to prepare an independent financial report for the 2022 to 2023 fiscal year. I wanted to mention that full financial statements can be accessed by request. Please feel free to get in contact with the PAA office. You can also contact us if you have any follow-up questions. And I'd like to personally thank everyone for attending today's AGM and for your attention as this concludes my treasurer's report. I'll now turn it over to my colleague Heather Gower for the special resolutions.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Heather Gower. I'm the president-elect of the PAA Board of Directors, and right now the membership of PAA is going to vote to approve amendments to PAA's bylaws as outlined in the special resolutions. So this year we have 4 bylaw changes to vote on. For the first, according to PAA bylaws 17.0, bylaws may be altered by special resolution approved by the membership. The special resolutions were posted on PAA's website and sent to the membership through email notices mid-July 2022. And to confirm, we have reached quorum as outlined in PAA bylaw 7.2.1. So voting will be done by Zoom polls this year as directed by me as the chair of the meeting and as specified in PAA bylaw 7.1.1. So a majority vote is needed to approve the special resolutions as outlined in PAA bylaw 7.3.1. So there are 4 special resolutions to vote on today. I will make a motion to accept all 4 special resolutions as presented. If that motion passes, this portion of the meeting will conclude. So I will now call for a vote by Zoom poll to approve the first special resolution. So that PAA extends voting members to include full, life, and early career members. 1.6, so eligible voting members are full, life, and early career members of the association. And then Simon, do you tell me when that's done, or do I just assume?
And it's 54-0 for yay.
Okay, so I can move on. So this special resolution will change bylaw 1.6 as presented on the screen. So thank you, Simon. So moving to the second special resolution, I will now call for a vote by Zoom poll to approve the motion that retroactive to the 2021 PAA membership renewal period, the life membership policy and bylaw will change as per the following. So 4.2, life membership is open to any individual who at the time of application, A, has reached the age of 70, and B, is or has been a registered psychologist in Alberta and was an early career full or out of province member in good standing with the association for 20 years.
Yep, the last one was 51-0 for yay.
Okay, so this will affect bylaw 4.2 with the addition of early career members. Thank you, Simon. So now to the third special resolution that states that PAA adopts a process of delivering our annual general meeting online/virtually and amends bylaws as follows. 6.3 notification. So official notification of annual or special general meetings shall be sent to all members at least 21 days before the date of the meeting, determined by the date of mailing. Notification shall include the purpose of the meeting and special resolutions, if any, to be voted on at the meeting. For purposes of official notification, mailing may include the use of Canada Post, email to members, posting on the PAA website, posting in PAA's newsletter symposium, and by other means as appropriate. And 7.1.1, voting at annual or special general meetings shall be by a show of hands or an electronic equivalent unless a ballot is A, directed by the chair of the meeting, or B, requested by at least 25% of eligible voting members present. And again, this vote right now affects bylaws 6.3 and 7.1.1 as presented.
Oh, sorry. So it was 52-0 for yay.
Okay, thanks, Simon. So finally, the last special resolution requiring approval is to update bylaw 4.4 as per the following. 4.4 student membership, non-voting is open to an individual who upon application, A, is registered as a student in an undergraduate or graduate psychological program at a recognized university, college, or other institution of post-secondary education in Alberta, and or a student who is an Alberta resident completing psychology training elsewhere, and B, is of good character and reputation, and C, pays the prescribed dues. And so this vote right now will only affect the student member bylaw 4.4.
Okay, that was 55 for yay to 0 nays.
Okay, so thank you very much for joining us today and participating in these important votes. I'd like to invite back Dr. Judy Malone now, our PAA CEO, to provide. Oh, I think our closing remarks, actually. My notes are wrong, guys. Anyway, is it you, Claire?
Yeah, it's me.
Come
It's
on
me.
back.
All right, thank you. Okay, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate your time and commitment to our profession and look forward to continuing to work for you, our membership with the PAA. We will continue to collaborate to improve health outcomes for all Albertans, and we will continue to challenge ourselves, our profession, and our communities to become models of a caring, healthy society.
And for everyone who joined us today, thank you for your commitment to your profession and to your own personal and professional growth. We look forward to seeing many of you in person in a couple of weeks at the annual awards and welcome to the profession for our newly registered psychologists. And for those of you who will not be able to join us, before questions and answers, we want to leave you with a short video overview of this year's celebrated contributors. Lovely. And we do have some time for some brief questions. We have a question in from Anne-Marie Dewhurst, which is a great one. How do we determine quality of character? Which is really good. It's standing in our policies and bylaws in many areas, but it is, of course, very subjective. So it's not something that will be done individually. It would be something that would be brought to the board if there was concern. I was on the board until 1999, and I've worked for PAA since 2013. And in that time, only twice has concern about any membership category and quality of character been raised. And both times it's been brought to the board that has done extremely careful deliberation because there are so many features to be considered. Claire, Heather, April, anything you would want to add to that in detail?
No, I think you covered it, Judy. Thank you.
Furious quick fingers. Do you have some other good questions and answers? And while people are inputting questions, if they have, and you've got board representatives here to speak on your behalf and to respond to you, keep in mind, this is why we love town halls. And over the course of a year, we try and go to every area of this province. We have for years been doing that now in collaboration with the College of Alberta Psychologists. So we're giving brief updates like this where you live, so you can come together with your peers and ask good questions and share good information about what's happening in your region. You can look up the list of those on Symposium, reach out to staff to find out when the next one is in your area. I don't want to get the dates wrong, but I think the next two are Medicine Hat and Lethbridge in about 3 weeks. And from there, I want to say we go to Red Deer, then Lloydminster, and by January in Fort McMurray. It's off the top of my head. So, Madam President, I see no further questions if you want to call the annual meeting closed.
Sounds great. Thanks, Judy. So if there are no further questions, I'm just seeing if there's something popping in here. Oh, thank you for making inclusion an action and not just a platitude. Perfect. Just wanted to make sure we no last questions. So if there are no other questions today, then I would adjourn this meeting and call it to a close. Thank you all for attending and for participating in the vote today. Have a wonderful afternoon and hope to see many of you at the awards banquet in a couple of weeks. Take care.